Hey, listen. I'm a little late on chapter 4. It was a long day yesterday, right? I am starting to work out, and I am also, I had to meal prep, and that's a lot of work to meal prep. But as I stated before, I want to make sure that we get into chapter 4. Chapter 4 is pretty much just about um, the text that shattered me. And let's get into it. It's January 2023. Happy New Year. And it's Keisha's 50th birthday. And she decided on visiting Colombia to celebrate. Keisha invited her family and closest friends, which included me, of course. Most of Keisha's family still lives in Chicago, so we all flew out to meet her in Columbia. The weather here in Chicago was bad. I mean, really bad. There was a snowstorm heading our way, and we were hoping to get out of Chicago before the storm. We boarded our flight, no snow. Whew, we made it. Just as our plane was about to take off, the snow came out of nowhere and grounded the plane. We just knew we weren't going to make this trip. The plane sat on the runway for about 2 hours until finally the flight attendant advised that the plane would not be taken off. We deported the plane and asked, how could we still get to Colombia? After 3 flights and a tired day of flying, we made it. We arrived at the villa at midnight. At midnight. It was amazing. Everyone had their own room with a bathroom. Amazing, okay? There was a pool in the middle of the dining room across from the room where I was, although I didn't know how to swim. I was in it every day. This place was amazing. We had a chef, a butler, a maid, and security. We partied and took a lot of pictures. I posted a picture on Facebook, and yep, you guessed it. Kevin immediately jumped in my inbox and said, don't make me hop a flight. I said, please do. I'm solo dolo here. We exchanged words for a bit and ended the conversation. I swear this man just sends vibrations all through me, as if I could feel him. On January 17, 2023, we arrived back in Chicago. It was a wonderful trip. But when I landed, I received a text from my dad. My grandmother had passed away. My love, my rock, was gone. She was 96 years old, but it still hurt deeply. Her passing affected me in ways I would not fully understand until much later. Listen, I don't know about you, but even though my grandmother was 96 years old, it still hurt, right? Death is just death, and it's going to come to us all, but it still hurts. And I think of my grandmother daily. My grandmother prayed for me a lot, and she always said, Mel, I just want to make sure that you don't end up all alone and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Nana, I'm okay. Nana, we call my grandmother Nana. And some of you probably call your grandmother Nana too, but ours is more like Nana. And so, when you lose a rock like that, and, it devastates you in a way that you could always go to that rock for anything you need. Like, old people always had stories for any and everything, right? Like, she loved the fact that I was a business owner. She loved the fact that I was giving back to my community. That makes a difference with them because they came up in an era where Black people really did stick together until, later on where, now we want to be segregated. And so She was like 43rd was the black Mecca. You could go to 43rd and grocery shop, get your hair done, buy clothes. It was the black Mecca. And she was just like, I hate that she didn't live to see us come together again. That was chapter 4. Next Monday, and I promise you it'll be on Monday, we will have chapter 5. And yes, the chapters are really short. The book was short. And it was just my rendition of a little bit of a small segment of life after 50. Love you.